Hey, it's Jase, and welcome to today's episode of Speakeasy with Jase. Today, we're going to be talking about your business metaphor. So, while we give people a moment to come in, I'll set up why this is going to be a win for you. Your business metaphor is something that will empower you in tough times. It will keep you going. It will help make your business clearer for what you're offering. It's akin to a why, but it's not the same. And it's a way to really grasp what you're up to and what you're offering. So welcome to Speakeasy with Jay. So as you join, guys, please like and share the stream. Make sure you like my fan page at facebook.com/speakeasy with Jace in order to be updated. And what we're going to do real quick as people join is Betsy's over here helping me out. And we're going to be, I'm going to put some coffee in my head, some Go Juice, and Betsy is going to be sharing the stream out to our different destinations. So if you're on the stream, please say hi. Please give a thumbs up. Let me know you're here and join the chat. One of the things that I'm really passionate about doing going forward with Speakeasy with Jase is I want to offer this is a free program, some free coaching, and give you a taste of what we're doing with Speakeasy and how we can help you guys out and some of the things that we could do to make a difference in your business and your life. And if you're using speaking to grow your business, especially what we could do with that, seminars, webinars, whatever. So do some shout outs as we're getting going over here, as Betsy's sharing the stream out. Let me see. I can't see everyone who's on. It's not showing me if I didn't have the stream up when I started, it doesn't show me who's on. So do me a favor, say hi. Say hi in the chat. Let me know who's watching. And also, if you haven't authorized StreamYard to know who you are. Hey, Natalie Layvlock is on. Of course, good to see Natalie. Boy, have I got something exciting to share with you guys that Natalie is a part of. That's going to be coming up at the end of August. And we'll be talking about your business metaphor in a moment. So please do like and share the stream if you would be so kind. We're on every Tuesday. And I want to get going with your business metaphor in just a moment. Just give me a second, guys. We're letting people join the stream, so just give us a second on this. Adam Smith says, what's up? What's up, Adam? Good to see you guys. Adam and Joel, her husband. Joel's been on the show before. If you've seen Joel Smith, they're awesome. Betsy says hello. And we were over there swimming for Memorial Day. We're over at their house. So, all right, let's talk about your business metaphor in just a moment. Give me just one more moment to get the stream shared. Yeah, cool. It's looking good. By the way, give you a quick tour of the. Have you noticed something new? What do you guys think about the new studio? Natalie, what do you think? Everybody watching, what do you think of this? So here's what we've got, just to give you guys a quick preview. What I'm setting this up for, and here's a tip on influence if you're doing sales calls. I used to have, before Zoom was a thing, I had an office. And so this is intended to be set up like this. And behind me here, these are all products that I've created. And then these are books I've been in. And then this is a movie that I've been in. And so what it's demonstrating without me saying a word is, look, I have expert status. I've actually been in these. So this is like an 8 CD set on persuasion and influence, DVDs. Now, I know no one's buying CDs anymore, but part of the reason we can put them on display, we're not going to be shipping them. But it shows expertise, right? Here's pro speaker tips, video we made. Here's the up zone, how to get confident. And all this stuff, I'm just really hoping it won't all fall once I pull this out. Great. Our stuff looks pretty good. And we have all digital delivery on this stuff now, but there's also a thunk factor to it. And I think whoever you are, whatever you are selling, whatever business you're in, you need to have a home study kit. It's a way to position yourself as an expert. It positions you as someone who knows what they're doing. So here's something we ship out. We ship out this whole kit to people when they join our highest level coaching program. And we also give them digital access, so they don't have to actually have a CD or DVD player. But listen to this. It's got a big thunk. Oh, I just scared my dog. It has a big thunk factor, and it's got a bunch of workbooks in it. Could you pass me one of those workbooks, hon? And so anyway, so this is what we set up here. And then here's one of our workbooks. So one of the things I recommend you do is get your stuff to look good. We've had a professional designer do our stuff. And then if you look at it, it's good looking stuff, I think. And we did big font. And we didn't do big font just to fill up the pages. That wasn't the intention at all. The reason we did big font is I wanted it to be big enough people could circle and take notes and have room to write down their epiphanies, etc. So anyway, I think our stuff is pretty good. And what we're doing, I just launched out World Class Speaker Coaching, which is my online program combined with group coaching calls. So if you're interested, let me know, because it's almost all study at home. You also get some live event tickets, but I'm ready to send this out to our next person who joins. I'm super excited. And then what we have for our Facebook Lives is we can angle it like this and get the lion in there too. So, all right, so let's jump in. Let's talk about today's example. And what I want to talk about is your business as a metaphor. Please do like and share the stream. So who do we got? Natalie's in here. My mom has joined. Hello, Mom. Good to see you. Let's see who else we have on here watching. Hey, say hi if you're in there. I can't see everybody. Natalie says, love the product shelf. Thank you, Natalie. Adam says, it looks great, professional. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you guys. Glad you tuned in today. Who else is here? I can't see all of the names of who is on the stream, but please pop in and say hi. And then also, if you have questions on speaking, if you have questions on growing your business through selling on seminars and webinars, let me know. All right, so let's talk about your business metaphor and what the heck am I talking about. Hey, Beth, can you open the streams up for the different pages so I can see names of people as they watch in, please? Thanks, son. So I was leading an event. We used to have an event called MIT, which stood for Massive Income Training. And this was probably back in 2010, 2011. We did it in Sedona, Arizona. And it was a very intimate group. And I went through a period when I went through a big depression and lost a bunch of real estate and just was hurting. And when I was coming back from that, I promised that I wanted to help people, and I would do the same event for 4 people or 400 people, no matter how many were there. And I did a lot of 4 people events. So this was a fulfillment event. It was part of like a $10,000 package, but we only had 4 people, but I'm like, I'm going to still do a great event. So we're doing this event, and I'm training people on language patterns for success. And we had an agreement to only use these certain language patterns and to not mess it up. And this one guy who's there keeps messing it up, and he keeps messing it up. And a way you think about this, if you've been taught a technique, and this technique will help your business and your life get better, but you don't use the technique, you're not bailing on the technique, you're bailing on your life and business. And so him bombing on the technique was a metaphor for him bombing in his life and business, like not doing what it took. So finally I looked at him, I go, dude, when are you going to get this right? When are you going to play like this is important? When are you going to do something about it? And he goes, all right, here's what I'll do. For every time I screw this up the rest of the day, I'll pay $100 to our waitress tonight. And so we're like, great. Everybody in the room's like, great, we'll hold you to it. And he put that up $100, but he's playing full out. He's playing at a high level, right? So we start talking about what's the metaphor for your business. And here's what we mean by that. What's the example of your business that people can grab it? So before I tell you what this guy's metaphor, this guy's name was Josh. Before I tell you Josh's metaphor, I'll give you an example from Eric. Eric's a financial planner. And Eric lost like half of his nest egg in retirement when we had the recession. And so now when he works with people on financial planning, his focus isn't so much rapid growth. His focus is that you don't lose, that you can make steady improvements, but if the market bottoms out, you don't crash at all. And so the metaphor we came up with for Eric, the financial planner, is he's a belay. So if you've ever gone rock climbing, you'll be climbing. And then if you start to fall and you're on a rope, and someone at the bottom can pull the slack out of the rope and it arrests your fall, and you immediately stop. And so when you start to climb, you look down and you say, on belay. That means like you're watching, you're taking care of me. They say belay on. You start to climb. If you begin to fall, they pull the rope tight. You don't fall anywhere. You don't, maybe very little. You don't go down. You pretty much stay where you are. So then you can keep making incremental progress. So that was Eric's metaphor, is he becomes the belay. And so whether or not he ever says that to anyone, when he's on stage, emotionally, that's how he's relating to himself. That when you work with me, you will not fall. You might not go as fast as other people, but you're not going to fall. You're going to keep growing incrementally. So the thing I want you guys to start thinking about is, what's a metaphor separate from what you actually do. That's a metaphor for what you do. And so the closest metaphor I have for my business, and I'm going to go back to story about Josh in a moment. The closest metaphor I have for my business is I love going on mission trips. I've gone, I don't know how many. It's my favorite way to travel. You get to meet the people. While I'm there, I'm doing good in the world. I'm touching people. It's ostensibly and ultimately for God. I'm spending money and time instead of just a vacation. It's to make a difference in the world. And I'm coming out of pocket usually, but I'm also having other people contribute to it, and we're spreading God's love. And so that's really what my business is. My business is about spreading God's love and teaching other people how to actualize themselves so that they can go on their own mission trip. So literally for me, a mission trip is a metaphor for my business. And the why of my business is we say you have a God-given mission only you can do, and it can be fulfilled and funded through your business. So my metaphor is going on mission trips. So let's go back to Josh. But before that, let me do some hellos. Eric Swanson, what's up, my man? Eric Swanson says, you rock. It's good to see you. You've been rocking some lives. I've been watching you. Chris Rundy, hey, Chris, good to see you. Chris was Napa the Dog's first one ever. And then Natalie says, screen is black. I can hear you, but can't see you. Some people would say that's better. Betsy said, Natalie, was that any better? I mean, Betsy said, Natalie, was that any better? And then Natalie said, yes. We should do the whole show like this. And let me do some shout outs before we keep going on with the show. Who else do we have coming in here? Please like and share, you guys. We want to touch more people and help more people. Betsy's here. Natalie's here. My mom's here. George Wells, good to see you. Janelle Kepsey. Janelle, you keep tuning in every week. Thanks. Erica. I love Erica. Erica is she was my first GM. She was an assistant and then ultimately the GM of my company. And she started her own company in Orlando, which unfortunately has been hit hard by COVID. If anyone's looking for a badass woman to run a company for them, you might want to reach out to Erica. I don't know if you're looking for a job, Erica, but you would be great for anybody. Christy Walker, Orlando. What's up, Christy? Good to see you out of Houston, Texas. Who else do we have? Please like and share. All right, good. I think that's everybody. Cool. So anyway, Natalie said, yes, not seeing your face is better. Oh, wait, maybe that was to the earlier thing. So we're there with Josh, and I said, Josh, when are you going to do something about this and quit screwing it up? And you guys, this story has a great ending, so stick with me. So in this story I'm telling you now is the moment I realized the power of having a metaphor for your business, and I really saw the power of giving your business something bigger. So Josh thinks about what his metaphor is, and Josh and his dad were about to go to Africa or somewhere like that, and they were contributing money to where these churches could dig a well next to the church, and people could come and get water, but they didn't have to go in the church. If they wanted to, they could, but they didn't have to go to a church, so it was a very soft introduction to God. By the way, I know I'm giving examples that are God-related. I think the more your life and business is tied into God, the more juice and success you will have. You don't have to believe like I do. Just get the lesson, okay? So Josh's metaphor is to be the well. He wants to provide value for people with no obligation, to just serve them and to be a soft introduction to God. So if people want more, they can find out more. And if they don't, it's okay. They would have gotten something tangible that improved their life no matter what. So in this case, it would have been water from a well. So Josh is growing his business in order to pay for more of these wells to be dug, but also metaphorically, he wants to be the well. So I want to check in with you guys. Is this making sense, what I'm sharing with you guys? If you guys could please comment in this chat and let me know, is this making sense to you? Are you tracking what I'm saying right now? And do you know what your business metaphor is yet? Have you thought about what your business metaphor is yet? So give me some comments. And if I'm looking over here, it's just because I'm monitoring the streams over here. So give me a couple of comments. Anybody, is this landing for you guys yet? I know I'm asking you to type while you're probably doing other stuff. Welcome to the show, whoever just joined. I wish it would show me the names of the people who joined as they join in. All right. So Josh's metaphor, he's going to be the well. So every time he screws, Natalie says, yes, I don't know mine yet, but we'll ponder it. God will reveal it soon, no doubt. Awesome. Good. Just stick with this. It's great that you're on here. So you guys are clear. This is Josh's metaphor, is to be the well, which is to be soft, provide value for God, provide value to people, no obligation, and to be a soft introduction to God. So every time he screws up his you and I statements, he's not fulfilling on that. And not only is he not fulfilling on that, he's moving further away from it. He's not being it because he's not doing what he needs to do. So I say, how long are you going to screw this up? We need to do something about it. He says, I'll pay $100 every time I screw up, and I'll pay it to our waitress tonight. So Josh screws up 5 more times. So now he's got to pay $500 to our waitress that night. Talk about a commitment. What was really interesting is after 5 times, he really quit screwing up. So then we go out to dinner that night, and it's Josh, his wife Erica, and me. And we go out, and we're looking for a waitress. We're in Sedona, Arizona. And if you've ever been in Sedona, they roll up the sidewalks at night. Like, it closes early. And he said, I'm going to tip it to our waitress. We cannot find a restaurant open that has a waitress. And part of what we're doing is we were becoming impeccable with our word and keeping our word no matter what. So we can't find a waitress. So Josh is about to break his word. So finally we go in this one bar and we're getting drinks. And I got so many lessons out of what happened this day. So one thing that happened is we needed someone to be a waitress. So we're going to the bar. Eric is going to the bartender. Hey, if you brought us drinks and served them to our table, what would you be considered? And she's like, a waitress. And we're like, because we're about to give her $500. And then she goes, but I'm not a waitress. I'm a bartender. Her ego was so big, it was about to stop her of the blessing of $500. So then a second lesson I got was Erica and I are trying to manipulate her into saying she's a waitress instead of just asking her, will you please say you're a waitress? And that's one of the biggest sales lessons I have received in years and years. You guys, you don't need to manipulate people. Just ask them. Just straight up ask people, do you want to do this or not? Do you want to be a part of this? Do you don't want to do it, or do you want to do it? Do you think we can help you? Would you like to buy? It makes it so much easier. So we're trying to be manipulative. She's stuck in ego. Nothing's happening. We literally have $500 cash to give to someone. So then this guy comes over, and this guy goes, hey, I hear you need a waitress. And we're like, yes, there's $500 in it for you. I even told him. And I'm like, listen, just walk over there, pull your shirt out so it looks like a skirt, cinch it with a belt. You'll be a waitress on our ice. He's like, all right. We never saw him again. I think his fear or ego stopped him as well. He wasn't willing to look goofy in order to make this money. So we're like, what are we going to do? So, by the way, Trey Richards joined. Trey, good to see you, my man. It's funny how many people are on my friends list and in my life that I have met through personal growth seminars. And I can't tell you how much I love that, because I love being able to share higher level conversations with people who are in growth as well. Trey and I met at one. Mario Perez, good to see you too. Thanks for joining. So Josh had screwed up the you and I statements. He owes $500 so that he could be the well. Metaphorically and literally in his life, he wants to provide value for people with no commitment required as a soft introduction to God. Now, when he screwed up the you and I statements, he became further away from that. But when he committed to it, he got closer to it. And this is why I want you to think about your metaphor. The more you commit to the metaphor, the more you will fulfill it. So here's what happens. So Eric and I are trying to get this woman, this poor woman, we're like badgering her, trying to manipulate her into saying that she's a waitress. This other guy says he'll say he's a waitress, but he never comes back. We've had some drinks, whatever. Yeah, I think the bartender's done with us. So Josh goes, you know what? I say she's a waitress. And Eric and I are like, no, she's a bartender. And he goes, I say she's a waitress. And what I say goes. And he's got the money in his hand, and she gives us the bill, and he does something brilliant. Have you ever been in a situation where you're not sure which way to go and you're looking for a decision and you're trying to figure it out? Sometimes what you need to do is what Josh did. He takes the cash and you know how they give you that black thing that folds like this? He takes the cash and he puts it in there and he closes it. And there's the bar counter, the space where the bartender works, and then behind there is a shelf. He tosses it so it lands on that shelf, and he says, I say she's a waitress. So now Erica and I have two choices. We either need to say, no, she's not a waitress, and go behind the bar and get that money, or we need to come up with the reasons why she is a waitress. See, what he did when he threw the money back there is he took the choice out of our hands. And one of the things people do too much is they have money in their hands and they have choices and they don't go anywhere. In the Bible, it says, where your heart is, there your treasure will be, or where your treasure is, there your heart will be. I kind of take it both ways. So you can tell what people value by where they spend their money. And a way you can use this to get yourself to move is if you want yourself to go over there, put what you love over there and you will go there. Or in America or in the world today, a really fast way to do it is as a tool, take your money and put your money on the destination you want or at the destination you want, and you will start moving that way. In other words, what you want to do is kind of take the choice out of your hands so that you have to do it. So Josh tosses it back there, and now we're like, crap, I guess she is a waitress. So she finally is like, I don't know. We just start talking to her. And Josh goes, you know, I'm so sorry my friends have given you such a hard time. These guys, you deserve way more. And he's like, I'm just curious. He looks at me and goes, you know what? You deserve more than we've given you. He looks at me and goes, how much money you got on you? I pull it out, $250 He goes, give me your money. He takes my $250 and he gives that to her too. So now she's $750. He goes, it's none of my business. But I'm just curious, what are you going to do with this money? Because, you know, it's important to me, that size money, but it's not life-changing. I'm just curious what you'll do. Now, remember, he gives her the money out of a commitment to learning to use language patterns, out of a commitment to grow his business, out of a commitment to be the well, which is a soft introduction, providing value to people and being a soft introduction to God with no like requirements they do anything. And so the money is in pursuit of his mission of being the well. And literally he'll go dig wells in Africa, but on an everyday basis, he wants to be value to people and a soft introduction to God. So, all right, so back to the present, he says, none of my business, but what are you going to do with this money? And she says, I'm going to use it to go to my mom's funeral. And like, what? And she goes, well, I probably would have used it. And I probably would have, you know, put the money on a credit card, but I wasn't really sure. But now I'm sure I can go. And I'm going to use it to buy a plane ticket to my mom's funeral. And we said, still gets me, right? 10 years later. And we looked at her, we said, can we pray with you? And she's like, yeah. And so we grab her hand and we just do this quick prayer. And then we leave. And the rest of her life, the week that her mom died, two guys, you know, three people plus Erica, three people come to this bar and they're loons, but they give her $750 and they pray with her and they don't ask for anything in return. And the rest of her life, she'll remember the week that her mom died, that miracle showed up and she got to go to the funeral. And so in that moment, what did Josh become? In that moment, he was the well. He provided value to someone, tangible value to someone with nothing expected in return. And he was a very soft introduction to God. And I have no idea what this woman's religion is. I have no idea if she had any. I have no idea what she believed in. Nothing. But what I know is this. She got to experience God's love in that moment. And a miracle showed up for her. And it wouldn't have showed up if Josh hadn't committed to learning the language patterns, but really hadn't committed to his business metaphor. So Josh commits to his business metaphor that afternoon. That night, he fulfills it. Unbelievable. So Josh and I leave. We don't ask her for anything. We just leave, and we get in the backseat of the car. And I'll never forget, I'm sitting here. Josh is sitting here, and he goes, did that just happen? And I went, uh-huh. And we both went, ah! We just started crying our eyes out. It was like such an powerful moment. And you guys, if you will give your business to something bigger and really commit to it, it will happen. So the next day, and don't do it because of a potential reward, and there are potential rewards. So the next day, I'm taking these guys on this hike up a mountain. In the hike, we're tying as a metaphor into levels of business. And there's different lessons to learn. Like there could be parts that look like they're impossible to go up, but people who know how to hike can see there's 1,000 footholds and there's almost an infinite combination of footholds that you could use to go up the mountain. And so, like there's so many ways. And if you know how to do it correctly, it's so much easier. And if you get over fear, it's so much easier, and enjoy the road and how high are you willing to go and all that, right? So we're doing this thing as a metaphor. And we get up to the top, and I was filming this stuff, and I was talking to Erica, and we were talking about what happened the night before. And I panned over, and we're Sedona. If you've ever been to the Saddleback in Sedona, at the top of the saddle, so you got to go up to the Saddleback, and then at the top, there's this giant pile of rocks. And it goes up like 100 feet. It's like boulders piled up, and you can climb up them. They're kind of piled in a pyramid to the very top. And Josh is standing at the top, and I go, do the king of the world thing. And he stands up and he straddles one, and he goes, I'm the king of the world, you know, like from the movie and Titanic. And so I look at Erica, and she goes, yeah, my husband's afraid of height. My husband was afraid of heights. Somehow, between the last time he faced going up in heights and this morning climbing up that thing of rocks, he lost this fear of heights. And there's no way we can guarantee it or put it together, but I know this. I know that he made a miracle happen for someone the night before, and I know he gave his business to God. And God says, there's only one place in the Bible that God says, test me, and that's with giving your money, with tithing, right? And I don't know if what Josh did was considered a tithe or offering or not. I don't want to go there, but I believe this. I believe when you have faith, you're rewarded. And when I believe when you do good in the name of God and for God, and you pursue your mission, you are rewarded. So at some point, Josh lost this fear of heights. Like, was it a coincidence it happened the next day? I don't know. So what's really interesting is this event was about making more money. So Josh commits to his metaphor being the well. He puts himself on the line. He puts money on the line to make himself commit. He gives the money to that woman. He becomes his metaphor. He loses his fear of heights. And soon after that, he got a job selling commercial roofing that required him to go up and down 60-foot ladders. And he would have never gotten that job or that position if he hadn't lost his fear of heights. And that was a really well-paying position that helped him launch to his next career. So I really believe, guys, when you give, you will be rewarded. And when you tie it to a metaphor, you will be rewarded. And I know that in my life, the more I live my business as a mission, the more I'm rewarded. Dynamic Life is this 4-day intensive we do. That's what this shirt is from. We do it every January. And it's really about helping people free themselves of the past, of the junk that's in their past and who they used to be. And how do I want to explain this? I was praying one time because it's a very, very difficult event to do. It's actually really, really a hard, difficult event to do. And what I mean by that is it takes a lot out of me. And I was praying and I was like, God, this event wears me out. I mean, even just with 5 people, it would wear me out. With 20 people or 40 people, imagine it multiplied. And I'm like, God, it's not worth the money. You got to show me something. Should I do this or should I stop doing it? And what I got by the 4th day of the event is I won't do it for the money. There's no amount of money that's worth the toll it takes emotionally and physically from doing that event. But the lives that are changed, I would do it every time, even for free. Because how free we get people and how much I think we're putting the truth into the world and how much people's lives are changed, I would do it for free as a mission. Now, I do it for money, and that's great because when you can make money living your mission, it's even better. And the answer I got, though, was I wouldn't do it for money, but I would do it for free. I will do it for the lives that were changed. And so I made that prayer probably 8 years ago, and every Dynamic Life since then has gotten better and bigger and better and bigger. And the people's lives that have been changed have been like unbelievable. Some of the people on here watching right now were at Dynamic Life. So for you, what's your metaphor? You know, do you want to be a well like Josh? Do you want to, is your metaphor living a mission trip? Is your metaphor being the belay like Eric? Whatever it is, start to think about what is it that you do for people and give it an example that's not exactly what you do. Like Eric's a financial planner, but we're tying it into being a belay. And what I love about Eric's example is it's really clear for people if they've ever mountain climbed or watched mountain climbing, there's someone at the bottom that if you start to fall, will arrest your fall and keep you safe. And when you think about that and you want a financial planner who's going to keep you safe, it's just so linear and so clear. And the power of having the metaphor is Josh could think about, how do I provide value in a way that just lets people have a soft introduction to God with nothing required in return? And then he'll take those types of actions, but not actions that don't fulfill that. Eric will take actions that help people be safe. I'll take actions that help catalyze people to live their God-given mission and live their life like a mission. And it helps the things that don't fulfill on that to put them to the side so we don't get that shiny object syndrome. So I hope this was valuable to you guys today. I mentioned all this product and stuff I have and this product set. We are super, super excited about our new thing, guys, world-class speaker coaching. So I'm going to put up a couple of links for you guys, and I'll put them in the chat as well. But got a couple of things for you. We're opening these up, and we're doing like grand opening specials on this, where what we would normally charge per year, I'm doing lifetime membership. We're not allowed to say legally lifetime. You get access to it as long as we're doing it. I'm bonusing in a whole bunch of stuff. So if you're a coach, speaker, author, expert, and you want to use speaking to grow your business, what you can do is book a call at callwithjase.com. Just go to callwithjase.com and you can book right into my schedule and set up a private consultation with me, and we'll see if it's a fit to help you get to the next level. I would love it if you really want to make more money, if you want to make more impact, this could be a really good fit for you. Our people are having huge success right now. And with the way COVID and Corona is going, I guess now's the time to tell you guys about this thing I have coming up that I'm super excited about. We have coming up, and I'm doing this with Natalie and then another friend of mine, Danella. We're doing a program coming up in late August called Pitch, Program, and Platform. And it's how to write your pitch to sell your stuff, how to put together your home study course, 3-day event or online program, and then platform, how to get on stages. And I'm super, super, super excited to tell you about that. And everybody who's in my world-class speaker coaching, you're going to get a free ticket as well. So we have some awesome intensives coming up. So here's what I invite you guys to do. Go to callwithjase.com and book into my schedule. Now, once you book, you're going to get this questionnaire that asks you a little bit about your business. Please fill it out so I get a feel where you are, and I can give you the best consultation possible to see if we're a fit or not. But just go to callwithjase.com and you can get in there and book in for free. So if we have no questions, who else joined? Mario Perez, Lynn Helen, Diane Webb, Ishvan. Good to see all of you guys. Thanks for joining in. Please like and share the stream. And if we have no any questions, comments coming in, I guess that's it. We'll love you guys. Thanks for tuning in today, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Bookmark it, set an alarm, all that good stuff. Bye, everybody.